Hi, it's me, Christina, just coming in. I just had a few thoughts that I kind of wanted to talk about in regards to coping with emotions and dealing with addiction. I know there are some people in my family who have gone through the same trauma as I have, and that's within the past 10 years. So we cope with our addictions in different ways. So I don't know if you know my history, but within the last 10 years, I've had several family members that have passed away that are really close to me. My mother has passed away. My oldest sister has passed away. My father has passed away, and my godfather has passed away, all in the past 10 years. And it just seems like, or even my auntie Gloria even passed away too. And I would say almost all of them, except for the fact of my godfather, I think it is, have passed away due to complications of their addiction. And as you know, because of the fact that I don't do drugs and I don't drink and I don't smoke or I don't do anything like that, that doesn't mean that I didn't have a personal addiction that I was coping with at the time. My depression led me into a food addiction, and it caused me to be morbidly obese. It caused me to be borderline diabetic. It caused me to be just unhealthy in general. And it took a lot of soul searching and therapy. I went through like a year of therapy alone, and then I also went through a few months of therapy with my husband for me to have a realizations of a lot of different things that I was going through and what, I needed to do for myself to cope. That doesn't mean now, today, in this present time, that I live a healthier life and I eat better and I've lost the 80 pounds. That does not mean that I don't still deal with my food addiction every single day. If I get overstressed, like this week I lost my job, and now it's during the Christmas season, really bad timing. I had planned on going home to New Mexico and visiting my family, and now that has to be cut short. The day I got laid off, man, what a stressful day that was. And I really, 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 really felt the want and the desire and the need to just raid the refrigerator and eat as many bad things that I could just to suppress what I was feeling. And I started to build this anxiety, and anxiety is this pressure, this anxiety coming up. And, by the end of the night, I still, because of the fact that I'm able to comprehend the fact that I'm not actually hungry, that it's just my emotions taking over, I was able to, constantly remind myself during the day that I wasn't hungry, that it's just my emotions taking over. And so I was literally fighting with myself to still stay focused on what I needed to do. That is one of the harder days, that I have to go through. And I still ended up going to my altar addiction and working out at the end of the day. I was really stressed out. I was taking it out on my husband. I was taking it out on my kids. I was just really angry. And it took me having to finally burn it out, literally. Like, I worked out for like an hour, the hardest I could. And, by the time I was finished, I felt so much better. And, I went upstairs and took a shower and woke up with a better mentality in the morning. Not that I'm still feeling emotions from it, but I was able to see that. I don't know if some people understand that addictions and coping with your emotions come in several different ways, and we all cope and deal with them in, our ways individually. Um, we cannot compare what one person is doing opposed to the other one who's doing, because on the outside looking in, it might look like I'm doing awesome, I'm doing great, but inside there's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of shit going on in here, and for me, it's a struggle every single day to keep a positive mind, keep a positive mentality. It's work. It's a lot of work, but that's work that I want to do because I want that change. Some people have not got to that point just yet, and they're just dealing with life the best that they can. And it takes not only them doing it and facing it alone, they need somebody, just one person at least in their life to see that, to see that it's not just the addiction going on, that they're just drinking, they're just this, they're just that, and it's something that they can control. It's not. Addiction is not something that you can control. Emotions are really hard to control, especially if you've had to deal with, death. I've had so many deaths in my life in the past 10 years, and it just seems like every single month I have to deal with somebody's death anniversary. My mom's death anniversary, my dad's death anniversary, my sister's death anniversary, my auntie's death anniversary, my uncle's death anniversary. It's always something like that. And, that is hard on the heart. And to have the one person to love and to support and to understand that people are human and they go through shit, to have that person to just love them unconditionally and say, hey, I'm here if you just need to talk about it, with no judgment, with no thoughts. Just be here and listen. Hug them and tell them it's going to be okay. To have that one rock in life is just life-changing for somebody sometimes. No one should feel alone. No one should feel that they're coping with their problems and their issues and their emotions and life in general alone. They should at least be able to go through one night and tell themselves, I'm not alone. I know I have one person that has my back. I don't know if I'm just venting or if I'm just going off on a tangent or what, but I just wanted to let people know that addiction is just one of the things that is effective in my life every single day, and it will be an effective thing in my life till the rest of my days, until I die. It's just something I will have to deal with all the time. It's in my life. It's within me. It's still within my, people who live around me. And People just got to understand that it's real. Addiction is real. It's not something to be taken lightheartedly. You don't just push and accuse somebody. You have to look at them and understand, or try to understand, what that they might be going through for them to be going to the things that they're going to. Help them. And I understand that it takes, the person who wants to change, but they need support. They need that support. They need that love and that acceptance and that support to let them know, hey, I know that you're human and I know that you make mistakes, but you know what? I love you anyways. So with that, I just wanted to end it with this. You never know who in your life you might lose tomorrow. You need to hug them and love them and remind them that you do love them on a daily basis, because you may not get that chance tomorrow. And if you know somebody who are affected by death and mourning the loss of family members, and you don't know that feeling, you don't know what a person might be going through when they've lost somebody so relevant in their life, take a moment and just try to really, really, really think about how you would feel if you lost somebody, one person at least, that are there with you in your life every single day, and then you wake up the next morning and they're gone. You can't pick up the phone and call them. You can't hug them and smell their perfume. You can't hear their voice. Try to understand that, Losing a lot of my family members based on that is the reason why I've made that change to try to live a healthier life, but that doesn't mean that something can't happen to me tomorrow. So hug your family member, tell them you love them, tell them that they mean something to you and that they do exist in your heart, in your mind, and let them know that they mean something to you. So, I don't know, like I said, I guess I'm just ranting, but I just really feel that there's a lot of people who don't understand addiction and having to cope with your emotions with addiction and being able to find that alter addiction to help you cope with your emotions instead of running to the vice that holds you to your addiction. I will today and every day tell myself that I have a food addiction, and I will have to remind myself every single day with the choices I make that my food addiction is real. So I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Think about it, this Christmas time, and just let people know that you love them. Alrighty. All for love. Peace.